Hello and welcome to the 2025 Cleveland Auto Show here at the IX Centre in Cleveland, right by the airport. I'm here for press day. There's a lot going on. It's about 8 in the morning. They're still setting things up, putting carpets down and still building stands and finishing them off. So we're going to get a good look at the cars here today, and we'll pick on a few and talk about them, see what's new. There are some exciting new models that are debuting in Cleveland today, for this area at least. This show is basically a trade show. It's put on by different dealerships as well as manufacturers. The Toyota stand that I'm on, for example, is a major manufacturer stand. But some of the smaller ones put on by local dealerships for the Greater Cleveland Dealers Auto Association. I think I've got that right. Let's take a look around, see what we can find. I'm sure there's going to be some exciting stuff here today. I'm Darren, and this is AutoAtlantica.
Toyota had a stand the size of Rhode Island with almost as many cars on it. Everything from the humble Corolla to the gigantic Sequoia was featured here, and the Prius and my personal favourite, the Toyota Crown.
So last year when I was here, the Crown had made its Cleveland debut, and they had several of those here. Very, very impressive car inside and out, beautifully built. Standard all-wheel drive, 2.5 litre hybrid EV. Just a very, very impressive car, just a great all-rounder. It is actually billed as like an SUV type vehicle because it sits higher up than a regular saloon car. But I like it. It's just a very interesting combination. This year, the new wagon version, which is the Signia, is here as well, and they've got two of them. This one's rather nice with these black alloys, and I just love this colour. Brown is definitely making a comeback, although I suspect that they call it bronze. Just a very, very attractive car, so it gives you that bit more practicality, obviously with the estate style hatch, but again it's sort of slightly raised like the sedan version, so you get the best of both worlds. This I really like. So as with last year, we're just going to take a look at some of the Toyota sports cars, because the interesting thing with Toyota is the fact that they're still making sports cars, courtesy of their Gazoo Racing division, starting with the Corolla, which I think is unique to North America because we did not get the GR Yaris here. But this is, I believe it's a 2 litre turbo that's in this thing. I have to, with these cars, I have to sort of look up everything, I'm afraid, but we'll just sort of cover them very briefly. There's 3 different versions of the Corolla. I think that this is the mid-range one because it does have that big spoiler, which is not on the basic one, I don't think. But yeah, beautiful car, but very expensive. Then we have the GR Supra, which started the whole GR line in North America. This is the one that's based on the BMW Z3, I think, Z4. very, very different in terms of its appeal to the Z4 as well. Rear drive, real driver's car. We've got the more affordable coupe, which is I think it's the GT86, GR86, which there's a Subaru version of this as well, which I think is the FRZ or something like that. But we'll take a look at that. There is one over there. I think out of the three, this would be the one for me if I could fit in it. We'll come around and take a look at the engine. This has got the flat 4 boxer unit. Very, very interesting engine, and of course it makes a terrific sound as well. The new Toyota Land Cruiser, which is actually for North America, isn't the full-size Land Cruiser anymore. It was the smaller of the models that this replaced. Was brand new here at the Cleveland Auto Show last year, and they had a base model here. It's meant to sort of hark back to the early days of the Land Cruiser, and that's this one here. It's got, as you can see, it's differentiated with the round headlights. This time they've got this one here, and then they've got the regular new Land Cruiser as well, which is sort of identified by these triple LEDs at the front. It's an interesting looking vehicle, but there is a premium to pay for this over a 4Runner, and I'm not sure if I would want to pay that premium or not. But even so, wanted to cover it because it's quite interesting that Toyota offer such a variety of 4x4s, and this is one of them.
And speaking of the 4Runner, here it is. This is the all-new 6th generation car, and it uses the same TNGA GAF platform as the Land Cruiser we were just looking at, but it starts at a much more palatable $40,000. Power comes from a 2.4 litre turbo with or without a hybrid motor, and the cheapness does feel quite stark inside. Lexus seemed to have a relatively small stand at the Cleveland show this year, but pretty much everything was represented, including the gargantuan TX500H and this, the GX550, which also has the TNG GAF platform like the Land Cruiser, except this has a 3.4 litre twin turbo engine.
So on the Hyundai stand, there's not an awful lot that's new this year, but we do have some quite interesting upcoming arrivals. The first of which is this. This is the new Ioniq 9, and it's the largest of their Ioniq series. This is on the same platform as the large Kia EV. I'll bring the name of it up on the screen. This is a pre-production one, so we can't get in it, unfortunately, but it has a Volvo look about it, a whole Volvo vibe, I think. And so we'll just try not to get in this chap's way. He's taking the front apart, but it's got a much more sort of conservative look about it than the Kia version. This looks absolutely stunning, in my opinion. I really like this alloy flank that goes under the glass and then extends to the roof rails as well. So this is the Ioniq 5N all-wheel drive. This is the high-performance version of the electric Ioniq 5. If you want to come a little bit closer, Tommy, the N line, of course, is Hyundai's performance line, and you've got these amazing sort of lit-up N graphics that are in the seats. And then the illuminated speakers down there. Looks absolutely tremendous.
And finally, my favourite, the Ioniq 6, was here again this year, unchanged for 2025. Hyundai's luxury division Genesis was in full force with its massive range of various SUVs and saloons, including the GV70 electric.
So Genesis don't have anything new here for 2025. It's just pretty much the same range. There is the GV70 electric crossover that's here, but my favourite of the lot is the range-topping G90 luxury saloon. It really does look incredible, and it always looks incredible to me. The egg crate grille is enormous, and it's got the turbocharged 3.5 litre 6 as well. Beautiful car, not a lot bigger than the S80 actually, just a little bit of extra length, but it's got a presence unlike few other cars on the road. So there's not a lot that's new on the Kia stand for 2025. They have revised the K5 sedan. LEDs at the front now have this S feature in there as well. Whether that harks back to Stinger or not, I don't know. But also the rear is completely revised as well with LEDs. But I want to focus on this. There's a couple here. This is the smaller K4. This is their new K4 architecture that it's named after. And this is going to underpin the Hyundai Elantra in time as well. I drove one of these when they first introduced. I looked at getting one for work. This has got, they all have this beautifully striking LED design, but only this particular model has the same LEDs at the back as well. The others have incandescence. But if you want to come around, Tommy, and take a look at this inside, it's very, very impressive. For what you get for the money. Bearing in mind these cars start at like $22,000 and then go up to about 30 or so. It's a very low slung wide design, and that echoes with the amount of room that you get in the back as well. The back door handles are up here on the C-pillar, and again it's an impressive amount of space that you get in there. I like the panoramic sunroof on this car, but I think it's the back which is my favourite feature, of the car. It looks absolutely tremendous. This is the GT line. This is the top spec model. So on the basic Mitsubishi Mirage, and I honestly thought that these were ending production. They now do this Rally Art. It's basically a cosmetic pack. You get these fancy stripes, the Rally Art logos, you get some Rally Art trim inside as well, but it is actually an official model. You also get this rather natty black spoiler. Technically it's the same 1.2 litre 3-cylinder unit that you get in the others, but there's nothing sort of performance oriented in that regard, but you just get this special looking package with these rather hideous looking plastic wheel arch flanks with the Rally Art logo on as well. It's an automatic as well, so I'm a bit bemused as to why it exists, but there you go, it's a Mirage Rally Art.
Honda's stand was large but quite awkwardly presented, I felt. The HR-V was nice, as were the Accords, and the Ridgeline was there at the back, and the Civic Type R made a real presence. Big news at Honda this year is the all-new Passport. It still uses the platform of the Pilot, but it's got a new body shell, very chunky looks, and a 3.5 litre naturally aspirated V6. The off-roadish looks extend to the interior as well. This beautifully laid out Trail Sport trim, and the entire boot floor folds flat. Meanwhile, Honda's only all-EV offering in North America is this, the Prologue. It's actually based on GM's Ultium platform, the BEV3, which is also used by the Cadillac Lyriq and the Chevrolet Blazer EV. That means it's humongous inside, and with lease deals on these at $300 a month, makes for incredible value for money. At the other end of the spectrum, we find this fantastic Civic Type R, resplendent in this sea blue. This, of course, uses the Earthdream C20 C1 turbocharged engine, carried over from the 10th generation. This, of course, is the 11th. Produces about 325 horsepower.
So this is the Acura ZDX. This is all electric. It's actually based on the same platform as the Honda Prologue and the Chevrolet Blazer EV. It's that Ultium based platform of GM's. Now, this one has got a sort of like a coupe-like appearance, even though it's the same shape. effectively it's the same car as a Prologue. It just gives this illusion of being more coupe-like. I think it's an interesting car. It's a pity that Honda and GM have ended their relationship with the Ultium platform. The Prologue and this are the only two cars that you'll see from it. And indeed, Honda have launched their prototypes of the 0 Series cars, which is going to be their headway going forward with EVs. So we have here the Acura Integra Type S. Now this is based on the Honda Civic, and this one has the 320 horsepower engine that's in the Civic Type R. This retails at about 55,000, and just look at these tailpipes. Yeah, if that doesn't tell the police that you're a speed demon, nothing will. I think it looks fantastic, and for me it's probably a better deal than the AMG that we've just talked about, especially at $55,000. I think it looks tremendous. So this is the all-new Nissan Kicks. The old Kicks was very sort of bargain basement. This one is loaded with all new tech. There is a basic version as well, which has a much more basic screen inside. This one is like fully loaded. This is the SR model. It's a very, very bold styling compared with the old one, with this myriad of LED stripes at the front. This one now has all-wheel drive as well, whereas the old one was only front-wheel drive. So it's really sort of launched Nissan into a new market for this size of car. I think it looks fantastic. They are not brand new. They've been at dealers now for 4 or 5 months. This is the first time that it's been at the show. Right. Someone set a car alarm off. So this is the Nissan Z, or colloquially known as the 400Z. We first saw this at the 2022 Cleveland show. This is a new Nismo version. I'll pop the specs up on the screen, but it looks very impressive with this black with the red highlight that goes all the way around the base of the car. It looks superb, and it especially looks good with the red brake calipers too.
And finally Subaru, whose stand I forgot to film. So here's a picture of a WRX.
So Subaru each year have their pet pen where they have rescue animals in here, usually dogs, and that people can come in and I think you can adopt here, right? Can you?
We don't do outside adoptions, but you can apply to adopt.
You can apply. So you can apply to adopt through this rescue. But we got this guy here. His name's Goose, and I was cuddling him this morning. He's just wonderful, and I think my guys would get a real kick out of him.